It is Monday morning. Usually in the beginning of the week, I do like to do booty. Obviously, that's my favorite. Makes me excited to go to the gym and work out and kind of sets the tone for the week. However, I did put a hair mask in my hair overnight and I want to wash it out today after my gym session. So I decided to switch out my glute workout for my cardio workout. When I had a really good workout and I feel like I've earned all the sweat and I wash it off, it feels so good. It's just so satisfying.
You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I go into the gym, I kind of wing it. I just do a couple workouts that I enjoy, something that I'm feeling. And for cardio today, I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of the elliptical, a little bit of the bike, and some lunges, because those exercises, no matter what I do, how long I'm on there for, I always get my heart rate up. So that is perfect cardio for me personally. I usually like to do 10 minutes on each machine just to get my heart rate up and get used to my body moving, and I'm usually on there at a medium to high level.
March on top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, take it down. Half the bench, left toe, right toe, left toe, right toe.
I want to applaud myself for being spontaneous. I was in this room that they have workout classes in, and I didn't know that there was a class in there. There were people coming in, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just try and join this class, see what it's like. I checked the schedule on my gym app, and it said it was a body circuit. So obviously I wanted to try something new. I wanted to bring in new content, and I will say that I 100% underestimated this. I came in with 3 blocks, I came in with a 7.5 dumbbell, and even the instructor said that beginners should probably stick to 1 or 2 blocks and 2.5 dumbbells, and I thought it was a little bit better than that, and the joke was on me because this session was brutal. You can see in this clip that my formation is trash and I'm going really slow when you're supposed to go hardcore, and the reason for that is because I pushed myself so hard. I didn't realize that my blood sugar was spiking, so I was literally on the verge of fainting. I really had to take deep breaths just to not make a fool out of myself. Oh my god, I am like what? Yeah, that was a really humbling experience. I definitely underestimated it because I was so close to fainting. I mean, obviously that was my fault because I wasn't expecting intense cardio and I wasn't expecting to do the class either. In general, I just did it because I was there. I'm gonna find something to eat, something probably that's a little bit carb heavy, just so I can regulate my blood sugar a little bit because I'm like dying. It is Tuesday morning. What I aim to do is train booty for at least 2 to 3 times a week and tone my upper body since it does build muscle really easily. Actually, really glad that you guys wanted me to film this video because not only do I want to push myself harder when it comes to the gym, but I also want to try and get a little bit more confident at filming at the gym. Sometimes I see some YouTubers who like pull out their camera, they just work out and it seems so easy. And the thing is, I want to do that, but I'm kind of scared of like obviously what people will think of me. So I'm gonna try and bring my tripod to the gym and film just so I can actually get a good angle, especially when I'm at the squat rack. And I learned my lesson from yesterday. I don't want to pass out and I want to have enough energy to lift heavy. So I made some overnight oats. This is peanut butter and chocolate or cocoa powder. It's not aesthetic looking because it's in this little tumbler thingy. Link the recipe in the description box below because it is healthy. It has Greek yogurt in it and it has no refined sugar. And I'm gonna try this recipe with my protein powder next time. Okay, so first things first, whenever you do booty day or whenever you work out, honestly, it's so important to warm up. That way you won't strain any muscles and you'll feel comfortable moving around, and you'll be training your mobility and flexibility. For glutes and leg day in general, it's really important that you focus on stretching your hip flexors. This is so that we can squat deeper and have a better range of motion, which ultimately helps us lift heavier and puts our muscle under tension. So aka it's a lot easier to feel that burn. You've probably heard about this before, but glute activation is really important if you want to train that mind-muscle connection and overall feel that burn in the booty. For me personally, I am a quad dominant person, so I do have to train myself to focus on my glutes, and I have to switch my position every once in a while. Formation is very important. However, it can differ slightly for everyone. I have this weird S in my spine, so I'm not really even, if that makes any sense. So for example, if I have to do squats, I may have to lean on one leg more than the other. It's really important to focus on form, but make sure you are actually feeling the burn in the body part that you are targeting. I have a lot to say about this workout. Today was a really good day, but it was more of like a learning curve for me, which is really interesting because I've been at the gym for at least a couple years now, and it amazes me that you will learn something new almost every day. First things first, I want to remind you guys that I don't really have a game plan when I go to the gym. I just do whatever I want and whatever I feel like. So as you can see here, I'm doing single leg RDLs, which is one of my favorites for feeling it in the glutes. However, I was doing it with 2 dumbbells and I could feel that it was more on my lower back, so I switched it to 1 dumbbell, which is 32 pounds. It's just a lot easier to hold and I can feel it more on my glutes versus my lower back. As you can see, once I switched to 1 heavy dumbbell and used that with 2 hands, my form has improved a little bit compared to the 2 dumbbells. Honestly, do whatever works for you as long as you feel it in your booty. Like I mentioned before, this gym session was really interesting because I'm learning a lot about myself and a lot about the equipment. It's been a couple years since I've used the Smith machine, especially for hip thrust. I personally feel like it takes a lot to set up and it's kind of uncomfortable on my neck. However, I am here to try something new and to lift heavier. I'm just gonna say it, I feel like the workout I did yesterday and this workout in particular has been a really humbling experience. I feel like when it comes to leg day and booty day, I kind of already know what's good for me. My formation is good. I think I have adequate strength. However, you can see here that I have no weights on the Smith machine because I'm focusing on formation. This is a friendly reminder that everyone comes from somewhere. Like I mentioned before, I've been going to the gym for years now. However, I felt like such a beginner when it came to the hip thrust, which isn't a bad thing because I'm always open to learning and always looking forward to getting better at what I'm doing. For example, I am using a 30-pound bar for my good morning squats, which by the way are really good for your upper glute activation. But before, I used to be able to lift 50, almost 60 pounds, and now I've half that and I'm at 30. So as you can tell from today's workout, even though I originally planned to lift heavier and, you know, kind of show off a little bit, it turns out that I was really humbled down because I really have to go back to the basics of learning proper formation and focusing on the mind-muscle connection. I've decided that I'm gonna do upper body. In Canada, Ontario, we now have a new policy where we have to show our second dose vaccine receipt to get into restaurants, to get into gyms, any like crowded places. I don't think it'll cause much trouble, but I'm not sure if other countries or any other province in Canada has that, to be honest, but I think it's a good thing. I'm not gonna lie, ever since I started filming this video and filming at the gym and bring my tripod, not only has it been getting easier to film and get good angles, but I have been growing so confident. As you can see here, I'm literally wearing a bra, which is fine because it's arm day and, you know, I sweat a lot, but I feel like I would never wear something like this if I was on my own or if I didn't have my camera on me. So anyways, I'm warming up in this little gym room that I adore. It has a bunch of mirrors everywhere so I can really see my form. And as you can see here, I'm trying different movements just to make sure I get used to that mind-muscle connection. But also, when you're using free weights and you're working your upper body, you really do have to train your core. So as you can see here, I'm on the cable machine. The cable machine is so good for every exercise, but I want to go here just to have some fun, do a little bit of ab workouts, get that warmed up so that I can use my core while I'm doing the free weights and working on my arms. Just a friendly reminder that it's okay to lower down the weights. As you can see on my right arm, I was okay with a 5-pound plate, but on my left, I had to decrease to a 2.5 pound because I'm just stronger on my right arm. I don't really see a lot of people showing the cable machine a lot of love. I have no idea why, because it is so versatile and it's so fun to play around with. As you can see here, I did tricep workout. I forgot what they're called, but I'm doing bicep curls on the cable machine as well. And I'm putting a rope on this so I can do cable phase pulls, which targets your back and triceps. Luckily, this cable machine was right in front of a mirror, so all I had to do was just look at the mirror, make sure I had proper form, and have fun. I really wanted to film on the bench and do some incline chest workouts because those are killer and they're so effective. However, the gym was super busy, so I just went back to the room and decided to play with the free weights a little bit. As you can see here, I am struggling with the 7.5 dumbbells, so I lowered to the 5 pounds, and you can see that my range of motion has increased by a lot, which is really good because that helps me target my chest. Yeah, I basically played around with the free weights for the rest of the workout, but I just want to encourage you guys to work on your upper body, especially the females out there, because it is so important and it will help you with that hourglass look that you're looking for. This is my outfit of the day. I feel super cute. Usually I never really wear tank tops. I've been wearing different outfits each day and it makes me feel so confident, which is very fun. You know the drill. I have a hair mask on. I'm gonna wash it off later, but today is booty day. I'm really excited. I've been having a lot more fun at the gym and I'm just like so excited to go in every day, every morning and push myself and try something new, you know, work on formation, work on strength. Ever since I did the hip thrust on the Smith machine on Tuesday, I have been literally daydreaming about going on that machine again. I am so excited to do booty day. As you can see here, I'm putting a heavy emphasis on the warm-up because, like I mentioned before, training your glutes and activating them is so important. Today, I remembered to pack my resistance bands for this workout, which is, by the way, a huge game changer, not only for your glute activation warm-up, but also for your glute workout and leg workout in general. Honestly, I've been doing home workouts since COVID hit, and I've noticed that my booty has grown because of the resistance band. You don't need any heavy weights. You can also use your body weights, and that will be a good enough glute day workout. So moral of the story is to get a resistance band if you don't have one already. Today was probably one of my favorite workouts because of that learning curve I had on Tuesday. I was really humbled down by the free weights, by the different exercises and equipments I could use. And as you can see, I'm using this step up thing. I don't know what they're called, but the more resistance you have, aka the more range of motions that you have, the better it is for that booty burn. For this workout, I'm doing elevated curtsy lunges. You really want to be careful for this, especially if you don't have good balance, and also if you're quad dominant. This really works your mind-muscle connection. Just a quick tip for the beginners, especially when you're elevated, you really want to make sure that you try it with no body weight and no resistance band, just to make sure you have proper form and see if you're feeling it in the booty. And if you do, good, put on the weights, and if you don't, try and change your position a little bit. I switched my 10-pound dumbbell with a 15 one because I knew I could lift a little bit heavier. I did go to 17 on Tuesday, which is a mistake because it was too heavy for me and I was feeling it in my lower back. Speaking of positions, especially when you're doing hip thrust, you really want to make sure that you have proper form. I know this is a really weird angle, but if you zoom in on my face, you'll notice that my neck is always upright. You never want to bend it because that might injure your spine. What I've learned on Tuesday is to stare at that little foam thingy on the bar. That way I can properly keep my neck upright while also focusing and channeling that mind-muscle connection. Although hip thrusts are OG for building a booty, it is kind of complicated, especially for beginners. When you're doing hip thrusts, First, you have to consider the position of your neck, your hip, your range of motion, your legs, your knees. It's a lot to take in, but it is 100% worth it. So I didn't put any weights for this session. I just kept on doing the hip thrust, making sure I have proper form, practicing that. And I did a burnout for this, so I did a bunch of hip thrusts for the rest of my gym session and then headed home. I was planning to go to the gym on Friday just to do one last cardio workout. I wanted to go to a class like I did before on Monday. However, I was kind of busy and I was going to visit my friend in Toronto and I had some limited time. So I decided to check off all the chores I had on my to-do list and then head to the city. And instead of taking public transportation everywhere, I'm just going to walk as far as I can. I know a lot of people put an emphasis on going to the gym or doing home workouts or doing anything, but sometimes I don't really find that people really encourage the idea of walking everywhere and taking the time to go outside and move your body in general. To me, walking is a form of exercise. It's kind of like you're on the treadmill, but you're exploring and you're moving other places. So I don't know why people undermine this. I feel like walking is so underrated and it's great for your health. Like I mentioned before, everyone starts from somewhere and walking was that starting point for me. So maybe it will be that starting point for you too.
I like to say, what if we could kiss and just cut the rubbish? Then I might be on to something. I ain't giving you one in public, I'm giving you hundreds, fuck it. Something we just gotta get into. Same first, middle, last on the wisdom tooth. Niggas wishing that the pussy was a kissing booth.